PTG, Proxy Table Gaming. I'm Hyper G. Over there is Lucky Sixes.
We are here with 3.0, baby.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
have
we
been for a
are.
while. I might take that off.
I think so because well, once we've got this tournament done and then the last other tournament done, then we'll be in the rules freeze.
Yeah.
So, we've still got a little way to go to get to that,
It's
so we won't need it
Ninth Age is
anymore.
3.0 by now. I don't if you haven't heard of that.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah.
Thanks for
Arguably,
watching. I appreciate it.
it's less stable than 2.9, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Anyway, we move on. Out of War.
We're at,
Bigger
yeah,
and better things.
always. 777. No, that was 666 last year. This is the gambling 7 Art of War. And
Yes.
this one
Round
this
two.
one was a fun gamble for me, actually, this barrel. I don't know yeah, we'll get to it. We'll
Yeah.
get to it. This is me, Saurian Ancients, against Dwarven holds. So I go from one dwarf type to the next dwarf type,
Mm.
eagerly looking at that artillery section and wondering, what have they got?
Yeah. But
I
before
mean,
we
that's
look at
my
that,
list.
this is your
It's
list.
it's it's your list and my list to Lucky
Yep.
Sixes. You picked it
Aggro
for me.
list.
Aggro, and I think I got a sort of like a C plus on my aggro in Battle One, didn't I? Or was
Yeah.
it better than that? I
No,
don't know. I
B
tried,
minus. I
you know.
think. I think you
Oh,
the
okay.
intention was there. The intention
It
was
was
there.
there. I went and stood in front of a Kadim Titan, for goodness
You
sake.
did, yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, maybe
I
C
mean,
plus.
you know. I
But
mean,
no, aggro wise,
whether it
you
worked out or not is
yeah,
another matter.
you were super aggro. I think to be fair,
Exactly.
like you look at your list, you got what 4 single models. So you got a bit of
Yes.
like lateral
Yeah.
movement things. You got the big block for the block
Yeah.
stuff. You got the weapon beats
Yeah.
and a little bit of magic for a bit of shooting.
Yeah.
And
And the
yeah,
Raptor pack to
and the Raptor
ambush.
pack is just an ambushing, just throwaway thing. That was a D minus last
That
time.
was. I didn't ambush with them in the
Yeah,
last.
well,
You'd be all
F
right in this battle.
fail.
This battle, I'm getting an A plus.
So
I
aggro,
tell
keep
you.
the aggro up. Want to
Yeah.
see more from the ambushers,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
You have been given a
Right.
rough deal, though. I would say, especially
Well,
as we go on to the list. 5 artillery in the first 2 games is pretty
it's pretty
for a
rough.
4
It's pretty rough.
monsters
Yeah.
list. Is pretty
It is
harsh.
pretty rough.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're saying it, to be honest,
yeah,
because it makes me not have to say it quite as much. But yeah, this is a horrible dwarf list to go into. It really is. He's so let's start with the unkillable king. We all know dwarfs have unkillable kings in their
yeah.
lists. I don't really pay a lot of attention to the runes they've got. I know that I probably should. I just assume they're all unkillable and decide to go nowhere near it,
Yeah.
unless the opportunity comes. So I can't talk you through those runes. I'm just saying they're unkillable. He's an unkillable king, 600 points.
Sure.
That'll do you. It doesn't hugely matter. My plan to keep away from him. Yeah. There's a Thane BSB with some armor. The Rune of Denial is interesting. That's like the old Dispel scroll, basically. I mean, it's pretty cool. Just stop someone casting a spell at the start of the magic
Yeah.
phase. Nice. He's got an engineer with a Worm Slayer rocket. Add that to the artillery list, please, because that's effectively an artillery on its own. Yeah, very cool. Big block of greybeards, great weapons. The runes. One is a spell, I think. Rune of Wisdom. Can't
Yeah,
remember.
which is
So.
it's the Rune of Reckoning spell.
Oh, yes, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yep. Clan Marksman for some more shooting in there as well. Deep Watch, which goes with the King, and they're very add to the unkillable. 1 organ gun, 1 cannon, and they're all rune crafted, so they're ultra killy. A Grudge Buster, which I have come across before, and I really rate Grudge Busters. They are very good, like impact hits, and they're just solid. 3 Hold Guardians, which to me doesn't seem like many Hold Guardians. So I'm thinking, is that basically a chaff unit?
Well,
But I mean, stat-wise, they're pretty good.
Overall, like it's dwarves, so everyone hates
Yeah.
it. But actually, I quite like the list. It's quite a mixed.
I love the
list.
list. Oh yeah, I think this is a fantastic list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is shooty, but it's dwarves, so it's going to be shooty.
Yeah.
So you've got the 2 blocks of fighting. You've got the
Yeah.
2 I mean, arguably the whole Guardians as well, but for 250 they can
Mm.
be just expensive chaff.
Yeah.
You got the magic, you got the shooting.
Mm.
I actually quite like the list
I
as the list
really do.
goes in
Yeah,
terms of
yeah.
the design of it. I quite like it as an all-comers list.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. I think it's a
Yeah,
fantastic list. Yeah, yeah.
but yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
shooty as fuck. But
Mm. Yeah, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, there you go.
that's just dwarves.
Yep. Pretty much. Yeah. It was breakthrough, so we're trying to get into opponents' deployment zones or take on scoring units against each other. The bottleneck one is the one where we each have sections, isn't it? And does one get
Bottleneck.
a vanguard or?
I think that's essentially the big center one, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. So
Cool. And
yeah,
then
going for that.
the gambling.
Yeah, you were right. Yes, the gambling. This is hilarious. Ryan and Dan, awesome. I mean, I don't. I guess Dan really probably did the making. But there was a wheel of good fortune and bad fortune in this, which is awesome in itself because everyone loves spinning a wheel and getting a random result, right? Um, and we span, both of us. We spun, spun, and effectively, I got a good result and I gained a bound spell to cast during the battle.
Ooh.
And my opponent spun the wheel, and gave me a bound spell.
Oh,
So effectively, I had two extra bound spells in this battle,
great.
which is awesome. I'm just trying to remember my opponent's name because he was one of the guys who came across from Barcelona,
Oh, awesome.
which was awesome. So I was really glad that I managed to get to play against them. His name was Rob. I remember that now that I've seen it. The reason I got confused with that and I had to double check it, I'll be honest, is because his username is Kane, and I was sure I wasn't calling him Kane during the
Hmm.
battle. I was calling him Rob. So yeah, cool. And yeah, basically Rob spun the wheel and he gave me an extra spell, which is awesome.
Do you know what the spells were?
So I do know what the spells are, but I'm deliberately not telling you right now.
Nice, cool.
I don't know how much of it will come up in the pictures. I can't remember whether a specific picture of that
I've
or
got a
not.
feeling doing
But
the pictures before, and this is a bit of like background talk, I
yeah.
guess. I've got a feeling I know. I'll pull it out, not knowing. I think one of them's a magic missile of some sort.
Correct. The one
Right,
he gave
okay.
me was a magic missile.
Yeah,
Yes,
then
a
I
very
think I
good
know where
magic
it's come up.
missile,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
fact.
Because
So that's
the
why I'm
picture,
bigging it up as a really big thing.
because
So, yeah.
again, and this is an editing thing. I'm not even sure I'll keep this in the thing, but like, I looked at one of the pictures. I was like, that's out of order, surely. But because I didn't know there was a magic
I'd
missile
got
on
it.
board,
Yeah.
so knowing that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Actually. And I think,
There you go.
I'll say when I think you used it. Let's try that.
Yeah. Indeed. That was
So
my
that was
army.
your army. I'll go
Yes.
back ever so slightly because I might have been distracting, and
Yeah.
I'll even
Yeah.
take
Two
us
common
off
masters,
because,
big monsters. There you go.
yeah. So this is action army shot again. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Just one
And
salamander
then
hiding with the
we go
spearbacks. But
into his
I got some
lovely
pictures of Rob's army. He won best painted, I believe.
army.
I
Okay.
think. I think he won best
Well,
painted.
if not, he should have because these are absolutely
I
gorgeous
voted for
models.
him. I'm gonna say right off the bat, I gave my vote to Rob. It's amazing. It's an all Slayer dwarf army. None of them are Slayers or Seekers,
Yeah.
whatever you go with these days. None of them are actually Seekers or Slayers, but they're so good, like so characterful. So they're effectively all custom built. Really, every single model is different from the other. And yeah, I definitely wanted to get pictures of them. Like the standards are amazing. The colors really pop. I know Ryan likes a good popping color.
A big
But
pop.
the units just look so good. The king, fantastic. Look at that.
The
Look at
blending on
that.
the balloon is incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing how the purple works with the rusty color. I don't, it's just it was like they were real, which is incredible.
Yeah.
The
Well
toy
done.
soldiers. Yeah. The first thing to point out about deployment is I didn't put my ambushing raptors in the field in the middle.
Thank
That
goodness.
that was purely to see to make sure I didn't
My
forget them.
reaction,
I mean,
wasn't it?
not only for the fact that they're facing towards my army, but you know.
Yeah.
So deployment-wise, I had a unit of skinks on either side. I was going with the whole breakthrough thing. They were going to run and try and get into his deployment zone. I believe I go first in this one.
Out of interest,
Uh,
did you forget it was bottleneck?
well,
You're
I'm
very
wide, aren't
wide,
I? I am very wide.
and he doesn't look like unless it's that.
He's
Yeah.
further forward than 12 inches. He is the
Okay.
middle.
All right.
He's the
Then
big
you haven't
middle.
forgotten. And
The
yeah.
gyro. In fact, no, he's out wide as well.
I
So
missed maybe just
he's
that
got the
one.
Grudge Buster out wide.
Yeah.
Maybe we did the wrong deployment. Oh well, never mind. That was how we got redeployed. Yeah, so I've got. Maybe I did forget that. It was maybe I was. I don't know. Pass on that question.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, I've got unit skinks on each flank to try and break through, hoping that nothing would deploy against them, so they could hopefully get in his deployment zone. We've got spearbacks, one Kaiman Master without the vial, the essence, vital essence. We've got the big block of Tegu Warriors, the other Master with the vital essence, extra wound, then the Mystics, then the Carnosaur, then the Alpha Carnosaur. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember who goes first. Can you remember from the pictures?
You go first.
I go first. Cool.
A
Awesome.
plus on turn 1 aggro, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, the
Unless
reason
I have a
uh,
question. Bottom right.
yeah,
They're
bottom
not on
right.
the board, are they?
Oh, they're not on the board. No, they just
Oh,
moved from the. But they're not on the board. They didn't ambush to there. Oh no, don't be silly. Don't be silly. Well, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to
I
you.
don't know.
Don't worry about it. I wouldn't do that to you. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Good.
It's all good.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah, it's all good. His army is deployed with the Grudge Buster out wide as well. You know, great bottlenecking. I don't know who was wrong, but we're both wrong. Let's just say.
Yeah.
Then the Deep Watch with the King out wide-ish. Then the Greybeards. Then the two. You got two. Oh yeah, two gunners.
Mhm.
That's right. You had a ×2 in the list, didn't you? The organ gun is in front of the cannon. The Anvil of Doom at the back. Runic Anvil, rather. I'm really getting confused with my old Night Vage and new Night Vage in this one, aren't I? Calling everything. Then the whole Guardians, and then he's got his Gyrocopter over there. Steam Copter.
Steam copy, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
I haven't played
ran
Dwarfs in
forwards.
ages.
I know,
I
yeah.
ran forwards. My thinking was that Kaiman Master can hold off the Deep Watch on the King, or at least make him think twice about being too aggro with it. The big win for me would have been if his Deep Watch had to go for breakthrough and just get in my deployment zone, because that would have
Yeah.
meant I didn't have to fight his King or his Deep Watch, which would have been awesome. And I was hoping by having the Kaiman Mentor on my flank there, I would cause him to think twice about coming for the rest of my army, basically. And meanwhile, the rest of my army runs as far as it can towards his gun line, basically, which is, the 2 units of shooting, the
Well, you
cannon,
can't
the
stay
organ
there.
gun.
You
I
can't
can't
sit
stay
back.
there. Exactly, yeah.
So,
And I'm feeling that the Hold Guardians and the Gyrocopter, the Steam Copter, can only hold up that flank for a certain amount of time.
yeah.
So yeah, I was going for it, basically. Goes into his turn. This is a problem. His cannon shoots and gets, well, I think it's D3 plus 2, isn't it, on wounds?
Yeah,
No,
I'm not
it's
sure.
DC plus 1, I think, but something else did a wound, basically.
Yeah.
And
I
between
mean, it
them,
could well be the organ gun, to be honest.
yeah, I don't know which it was,
But
but
either way,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm already a Carnosaur down, which is,
Mm.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, there's that. He also shoots and does a wound to my spearback. So I think the organ gun does the wound to the Kaiman Mentor. The 3
Yeah,
wounds to
fair
the Kaiman
enough.
Mentor
3
on that
wounds.
side. 3 out of 5 wounds gone. So yeah, it's not looking great already. Out of my 4 big single models, I've lost 1, and 1's on half HP already. He did move his Deep Watch and his Grey Guardians, Old Guard, no, whatever they're called. Just ignore me. Whatever that unit is, he moved them forward.
Grey Watchers.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
It's not Grey Watchers. That's the
not
elf
Grey
unit,
Watchers.
man.
Grey
This Grudge
Beards.
Buster, yeah, Greybeards, yeah. This Grudge Buster starts a shooting war with the Skinks as they wave at him. No intention that the Skinks will take him on, but we'll see. His steamcopter moved up to do a shot on the Carnosaur. Didn't do a wound to the Carnosaur, so I don't think the steamcopter got the credit for doing the final kill. But he did leave this as a possibility, and I
Because
could
he killed it,
charge with
right?
my
If it
missiles because he
stayed
killed
alive,
it. Yeah, absolutely. If he stays alive, then yeah, I couldn't do that charge. So retribution for me to hopefully kill the steamcopter and stop it being an annoyance. I move up more. It was just out of charge range for my Kaiman mentor, the blue one. Couldn't really charge anything. I may have even declared a long charge and failed.
on
Move
the whole
forward 4
Guardians.
inches. Yeah, could have been because that's the direction he's gone. So I think I might have declared a long charge and failed because I didn't want to hang around with him. He's already taken 3 wins from an organ gun. Why would I? Why would I not take a risk on a long charge? The Alpha Carnosaur moves as far forward as it can, and hoping he doesn't get a cannonball to the face like the baby Carnosaur did. The Skinks have moved forward to get into breakthrough. In the middle, my Tegu block is moving up. They know that at some point they're going to have to turn left and anchor the line. But for now, I'm just getting as close to his deployment zone as I can, and then maybe side shuffle in later on is my idea with that to again break through. But really, I don't want to take on the deep watch. Full stop. So there's that, and the Kaiman mentor just sitting in the field, being the anchor of the flank. The spearbacks move up aggressively in the middle to get some shots off, to try and just riddle his shooting units. I don't expect them to survive very long. Those spearbacks. And yeah, the idea is that they just do what they can do. My Skinks turn around and moon the Grudge Buster instead, because obviously I'm not getting breakthrough now with them.
Not with them.
On that flank. On that flank, the Grudge Buster's too wide and keeping his position. Mystics do awesome. I mean, it always surprises opponents how many attacks they get. Like that unit has got 20 attacks. That's awesome. Like 3 attacks each in the front rank is amazing.
What's their rule about discarding a dice? Is it an Aegis for Aegis?
It's gone. It's gone.
Oh, okay. So they
don't have it anymore. Don't have it anymore. They just have Fortitude 5 up generically. Yeah. So no complications with them anymore. He, moves the line round. And me, again, I'm thinking this is what I wanted out of his movement. This is what I wanted because the Deep Watch is still the unit that is closest to my deployment zone for breakthrough. I don't mind if they then have to run into my deployment zone and get one on that one because that means the Deep Watch aren't doing anything else. Meanwhile, his Greybeards are, still the ones facing off with my Tegu potentially. That's what I want.
Yeah.
So I was delighted with his movement was doing what I wanted it to do. But that wasn't in a arrogant way. It was just like, yes, this is the plan. The plan is working. So yeah, and the Grudge Buster moves forward, still looking at the Skinks on that flank. Elsewise,
this is showing his whole Guardians.
This is just showing the other side. Yeah, the whole Guardians move back a bit. My Alpha Carnosaur is on the hill, just so good. I can still see them. So that's all fine.
Still a solid A for aggression, I think.
Thank you. Yeah.
If you'd not been on the hill, I might have downgraded you, but it's worth,
I'm on the
pointing
hill.
out those things.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yep. There's a lot of 2s there, and they are his dice. I think I don't know whether they are a bad roll on his part.
Was that the organ gun on the
organ gun unloading into the spearbacks?
Oh, did it?
No, it's the spearbacks, the in front.
Fair.
And that's all that happens is cannon misses my Alpha Carnosaur. Awesome. And go into my turn 3. And I mean, I'm still on the board. Like, look at my units at this point. I'm still on the board. That turn 2 shooting for him was not a good one.
Yeah.
And so I declare charges. I declare the spearbacks into his unit as shooters, and he flees. And so I declare the Kaiman into his unit as shooters to try and get the longish charge, the blue Kaiman, that is. I declare the long charge on the unit of shooters, the marksman. And the Kaiman on the left, the blue on the right, blue one has now moved because he failed that long charge. So his marksman got away from those 2 units, which is a shame. And also, oh no, where are you going? Where are you going? Come back! There's more to say in this picture. But unfortunately, the spearbacks, who I'd put in a very aggro position, A plus aggro, right? They went and failed their command test to redirect their charge.
Mm.
So the idea was, once the marksman had fled so far, the idea was that the spearbacks were going to charge into the cannon, and the Kaiman master behind were going to charge into the organ gun. But failed the unruly command test, and it was unruly, so it was on a 4+. I needed
Sure.
to pass. So it's 50-50. Can't moan too much about that one. What I can moan and will moan about is the fact the Kaiman master into the organ gun needed a 2+, and I rolled a 1.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That is
It's
unfortunate.
massive. It's really unfortunate. It's massive because that organ gun I overrun into the cannon, and now he's still got a turn 3 shooting with all of those units.
Yeah.
Gutted. Absolutely gutted.
That is good.
Yeah. I could have taken the 50-50 on the spearbacks, but yeah. I am in contact with the Hold Guardians. It was just, I couldn't fit well enough without the spiky bits breaking on that. So I did get into the Hold Guardians. Yeah, I mean, I'm a whingy bastard sometimes because I take pictures of dice. This is the Alpha Carnosaur and the Rider hitting.
You need to get rid of them dice, mate.
All hit rolls. I have 5 attacks on the Rider. I have 5 attacks on the Alpha Carnosaur against the Hold Guardians. Now,
don't you have hatred on the Carnosaur?
Oh no, this might be 1 hatred actually. This is the Carnosaur then. Yeah.
Oh,
this is the rerolls. This is the rerolls. Yeah.
Goodness
I mean,
me.
The observant among you would have seen that he did have Rune of Reckoning on the Hold Guardians, so I was hitting on 5s. So there is that. But
still,
yeah, still. And then just to top it off, this is the Rider, I think, with his wounding rolls.
Sure, yeah.
Because I had I don't even remember the exact dice anymore.
It was just bad rolls.
But I was in a phase where I was taking pictures of bad dice now, and this is the result. Now, bearing in mind I've got like multiple wounds against Hold Guardians, I only did 2 wounds. In fact, I don't have.
No, so what I think happened.
I have hatred on the Rider.
Yeah, these
as well.
This was your Rider, and then this was after rerolls on your dude.
On the Carnosaur.
Then he did 4 wounds in total.
He did.
To the Hold Guardians.
And the 2 Hold Guardians do 3 wounds back to the Carnosaur. Considering they have 3 attacks each and they're strength 6 and I'm res 6.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't expecting 3 wounds back from 6 attacks. Hitting on 3s, I think, probably. Because I'm only defensive 3. And wounding on 6s. Yeah.
Hold it there a second, sorry. Oh, yeah, you're right. Cool, thank you. Right, that was 32. So. Okay.
Yeah, so I was just going, just with the charges going wrong, and then this combat going so badly, I was a little, petulant.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
With my aggro stance, he charges the deep guard, the deep watch into my spearbacks, and I flee. Because I don't want them too close to the center of the board, because that would really stop me getting to his shooting. And he doesn't complete the charge, which is awesome. So that's good. He redirects the Kaiman Master flees from the Deep Watch as well, because again I didn't want to get in the middle of the board.
Yeah, sure.
So the Kaiman Master has now stopped his anchoring of the flank because my Tegu have now moved into looking in the middle. I mean, I'm in a situation now where I'm really going to struggle getting that organ gun and cannon because I failed that first charge.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
So I'm in a real position now where I'm not near his gun line like I deployed to be. And my whole plan about everything has just completely fallen apart, really.
That 2 plus, isn't it? It's all about that 2 plus.
Exactly. I moved the skinks so that they're looking at the flank of the deep watch. I did that basically to tempt his deep watch to come for the breakthrough because he wasn't. But we'll see whether the skinks in the flank. I actually even put that movement arc to make it look like I was considering a flank charge with the skinks on the deep watch. But my
Measure
opponent
every
was
now and
having none
then.
of
Just
that,
have a little
and went
measure.
ahead with his.
How much is there?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, it's an auto charge there. It's an auto charge for the skinks because I'm movement 6. Oh, we didn't
Ambushes.
mention the raptors. We didn't mention the raptors. They came on as ambushers last turn in my turn 3. And yeah, he turns around and shoots the hell of them. That's not ideal.
Yeah.
But that's what he'll
Again,
do if he's got to start shooting on the board.
with all the other
So-
things though, if he turns around to shoot them, it means. But yeah, if you get that 2+, man, that's what it is.
Exactly. Oh, look, we've got another dice with a 1 on it. Guess what, Lucky Sixes? This Kaiman Master needs a 2+ to get into the cannon in my turn 4. I can't hear you. Where's your sound gone?
How
Oh, I
long
can't
have I
hear
been
you.
telling you?
Oh, there you go.
Get
Oh,
rid
there you
of those dice.
Probably about 9 years.
Oh my goodness.
PTG's been
worst
going for
dice.
7 years. You've been telling me for 9 years. Yeah, my Kaiman Master also doesn't get in and now has only 1 wound left. So, yeah,
Oh.
screw this game sometimes. So that is how I end up. It looks like I have not actually been aggro at all, doesn't it, at this stage? Because he's got his entire gun line. I'm still fighting the Hold Guardians with the Alpha Carnosaur.
Yeah.
I have got the Skinks in the breakthrough zone, so there's that.
Yes. Yeah.
So I am 1-0 up on that front. But I mean the marksmen rallied, of course they did. I charged my ambushing raptors into those marksmen, thinking that I've got 2 attacks each on the raptors, so 12 attacks against his 8 attacks, and yeah, I'm figuring that I would attack first because raptors are actually pretty quick.
I suppose
so I
the
can kill a few of them.
What is it? Not the war machines. What's the other? The forge.
Forge wardens.
No, forge machine. What's that called?
Anvil.
The anvil. I
The
suppose
runic.
that's not really
Yeah.
what they want to go into, is it?
Well, no, because that's got like an Aegis and is Res 5,
Yeah.
so they wouldn't be able to touch that very well. And I've gone overrun into the organ gun there as well, if I can
Sure.
go through that unit. So that was my hope there. More dice. I don't even need to tell the story anymore. You can tell what's happening here.
Oh, God.
I have killed another Hold Guardian eventually, but yeah. There you go.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, have we missed the whole magic missile thing?
Yeah, because I thought you were. We'll go back. I thought you were
Okay.
just magic missiling him from here. I thought
no,
because he wasn't in. So I'm wrong. I'm wrong. So I
okay, you're wrong.
completely lucked
Okay.
out that you got a magic missile. But,
Yeah, no, I got Grave Calls, which is arguably one of the best
Ooh.
magic missiles in the game.
Really?
Right.
Good.
And I allocated it to go on my Kaiman Master that was on the left flank. I attempted to cast my bound spell, and I failed to cast it with the casting roll.
Okay.
And bound spells 1 use only in this scroll sense,
Sure.
because it was a spell scroll. So I was delighted that my opponent gave me Grave Calls, but because I didn't cast it with my casting dice, I rolled like triple 1 or something.
Right.
I lost it. So irrelevant.
Yeah.
The fact that I won that gamble.
This is your
This is
attacks,
more
is it?
dice from me. This is my attacks. I mean, I think this is my wounding rolls actually, because I think
Goodness
I had
me.
more attacks than that. But he saves one of them on armor as well, which is annoying. And he goes back and kills 2. And now I lose the combat. I think I hold. I think I
Okay.
do. But now I haven't got the overrun into the organ gun, of course, which means he's got another turn of full shooting.
Yeah.
So I lose my other Kaiman Master, of course. I think the Wormslayer rocket was doing a lot of the wounds with that as well.
Sure. Yeah.
Means his organ gun, who is still on the board, of
Yeah.
course, can drill into the Mystics and kill half of them. My spearbacks aren't returning. These guys continue to beat my Raptors. I mean, what I know that you weren't with giving me ambushing Raptors. You weren't expecting them to win combats, but like, please, guys,
Yeah,
do
man.
something.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm losing more of them than I am to dwarfs. More dice
More
rolls from the Alpha
dice. What
Carnosaur.
the hell?
Jesus. I mean, he has got -1 to wound and -1 to hit on them, like on the
Yeah.
Hold Guardians. So there is that. Like, all his magic is going into that.
More
Also,
shooting.
arguably, you could say that the Alpha Carnosaur being in combat with the Hold Guardians means it's not getting cannoned.
Yeah,
Right?
true.
There
Very
is that,
true.
right?
Yeah.
Right? But I will counter that argument, me being whingy as I am, by saying that the cannon and the organ gun shouldn't have been on the board because I didn't roll a 2+.
Yes. Yeah.
So I
Twice.
am not happy about being in this combat because they
Yeah,
shouldn't
yeah,
have war machines at this stage. Just continue shooting through these pictures because this is just more killing from shooting. The Raptors lose that combat.
yeah.
I lost to that unit of shooting and combat. I lost 10 Raptors. He lost 3 marksmen. I mean,
Dwarves, man.
he's probably worth more points, so we probably should say that that's about right long
Yeah.
term.
Yeah.
But in the circumstances, not right. I took 6 wounds to those Hall Guardians throughout that combat, and the only reason I win in the end is because I have to flank charge the Skinks. I
Nice.
flank
Nice.
charge the
Skinks for the
Skinks,
win.
and Skinks did the wounds to kill him, the last wound.
Incredible. Incredible.
And also, interestingly, there was a further. I think that, I mean, don't go back in the pictures, but I think the secondary was something like if you made a charge
No.
and declared it to be minimized,
Oh, right. Okay. Oh.
then you also won the secondary. Maybe that's why I haven't mentioned secondaries, because I'm now
It's a
remembering that
special
if you
one.
made a charge and declared minimized on that charge, then you got a point towards the winning the secondary.
Okay.
My Skinks was an auto charge into the flank. Like they did it with their movement. So I
Mm.
declared that to be a minimized charge, knowing that it
Yeah.
was unfailable, and that made me 1-up on the secondary.
Okay. Nice.
So that was cool. There's that. And at this point, I realized that two can play that game because Rob cottoned on to the fact that this was a minimized charge
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
declared this one, which I was like, dang. I've reminded him to charge into something which he
Yeah.
might not have done otherwise, because I don't think the Grudge Buster is actually that great against a Kaiman Master, because I can be like strength 7 with +1 to wound.
Mm.
So I don't think he would have done this had my Skinks not gone 1-0 up on the secondary,
Sure.
if that makes sense. So that starts a fight that is that. But I mean, these units are dwarf infantry. They don't need to do anything. They've just watched me getting shot off.
Yeah.
So, and speaking
And
of
they
which,
continue to do that.
cannon finishes the
I
Alpha
mean, yeah.
Carnosaur.
At this
It
point, you've
only
got
needed
what?
to graze it.
1
2 wounds left.
2 wounds left with an organ and organ gun and a
Exactly.
cannon. I mean, yeah. At that point,
Yeah.
you're not going to get through it. This isn't a
No.
surprise there, but yeah.
No, it doesn't surprise at all. Yeah. Yeah. I retreat with everything I've got left, which is not a lot. He continues shooting spearbacks and gets some of the points for them. That might be about it. Oh no, he does. The master does kill the Grudge Buster as expected, but I think we ran out of time, and I declared that the king with the deep watch and all the combat res etc. would kill the Kaiman Master because I couldn't move from that spot, because I don't think I killed
That's
the Grudge
fair.
Buster over 1 turn.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
killed it over 2 turns, and I couldn't get the Kaiman Master away. So I gave him the points for the Kaiman Master, bearing on that in mind, because yeah. Next picture, which we're flashing up, is that you told me to buy new dice, and
Oh, I'm so happy.
this time I bought new dice. I'll tell you what. I mean, for 9 years I've resisted you telling me to buy new dice because those green dice have been consistently bad. I finally bought new dice. We've got 3 battles left in this tournament. Are they going to turn it around for me? Well, we'll see. We will see. Yeah, there you go. It ended up being a bit of a drubbing. Not like a complete drubbing, because I won the secondary. Not the secondary, the primary, which was breakthrough, because his deep watch did not get into my deployment zone. My Skinks did, and there was no other scoring on scoring fight. So I won 1-0. Well done, Skinks. The secondary was drawn 2-0, 1-1 because of the Grudge Buster and the Skinks doing minimized charges each. So I managed to claw back 3 victory points because of the breakthrough Skinks, which is something, because A 15-5 loss is, I would have been happy with 5 points the way that went.
And
Um,
so they got double points because of beating a scoring unit in with a scoring unit, right? Because that's what the new breakthrough is.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
won
that's
to
true.
0, I think. But
Yeah.
you would have won.
Yeah,
even
it
if
would have
the
been
guys
2-0,
went
wouldn't
in,
it? Yeah. I don't think I counted that second one. But yeah. Yeah, so I'm delighted with 8 points after that because that was rough, really rough. I think the battle is totally different if I get that 2+ on the Common Master. All the
Either of them.
spearbacks can redirect their
Either of them,
charge.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
the second one as well. Yeah.
I thought you played
So,
it well, mate. You played very aggressive. Dice are
yeah.
dice sometimes. You just got to take it.
Oh, they really were in this
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
So take the good and the bad and just have fun with. Sometimes when it happens, you just got to have fun with how bad they are.
I hope, and I'm fairly sure that I wasn't actually as salty as I could have been in this one. This was one where I was laughing with the dice. I mean, a little bit upset as well, as you do. I can't guarantee I was like smiling or anything, but I don't think I was terrible in this one. And Rob was a great opponent, I should say. Really delighted I got to play one of these foreigners coming over to play in Art of War, which is a world-renowned tournament, obviously.
Playing our battles.
Yeah. And also he gave me a measuring stick, a little arc
cool.
of sight with their club names engraved on it.
Awesome.
Which is awesome. So I'll get that in a picture in the future because he was giving that out to each of his opponents. So very generous on their part. Really, really awesome. Great guy as well. Really great and lovely painting. Like I say, I voted for him for best painted. So even though it was the worst dice I've ever seen in my life, I still had a great battle. I got 8 points.
And that's a good. I want to end on this picture, and I want if you've got this far, as always, well done, viewers. But
especially
share
with me.
your dice.
Yeah.
Share your dice stories in the thing because this is so like you hear so many of like, oh, I just burned the dice, I melted them down.
Really
put it in the comments and share all your stories about how.
Yeah, I'd love to know mathematically as well. If you add on a -1 to hit and a -1 to wound on the Hold Guardians, so it's going to be hitting on 5s, wounding on 3s. I think is the maths for an Alpha Carnosaur, and maybe wounding on less for the Rider. If someone could do the maths, how many turns should it have taken an Alpha Carnosaur with a Tegu veteran with Eldritch Inscriptions to go through 9 wounds of Hold Guardians? I'd love to know the maths on that.
Don't do it to yourself. It's only 5 wounds in total.
Well, with the Alpha Carnosaur it is, but I was hoping the Rider would do 1 or 2 as well. Anyway, we move on. Round 3. Bring it on.
Yeah, round 3 coming up. And and as always, let's say this is the score and stuff. Share us, go on all the social medias, etc., etc. But otherwise, stay tuned for more Art of War goodness. And until then, see you later.